Welcome back everybody to a little MKMobile. This is GTG and I've got a different type of video for you all today. It's not an update video, it's not a gameplay video, and it's not a Your Suggest Teams video. No, this video is all about support cards in MKMobile. That's right, not only do these support cards have amazing artwork and help boost our favorite character stats, they also give us a glimpse into Mortal Kombat history and lore and give us an idea how certain characters are tied to other characters. So what I'm going to cover are characters that are referenced in the support cards but are not in the game itself. I'll give a brief history of why that character is referenced and what chance I think that character has of making it into the mobile game. So sit back and relax everybody and enjoy this deep dive into the world of MKMobile. Alright everybody, the first character we stop and take a look at is Erron Black. And as we take a look at his support card, we see none other than Shang Tsung. So why is Shang Tsung on Erron Black's support card, you ask? Well, in his MKX ending, it's revealed that Shang Tsung hired Erron Black to assassinate an Earthrealm warrior. And because of this, Shang had slowed Erron's aging process.
Nearly 150 years ago, Erron Black had been hired by Shang Tsung to assassinate an Earthrealm warrior. In return, Shang had slowed Black's aging process. He could therefore afford to be patient.
Now, we have had word from the developers in the past that they were actually working on adding Shang Tsung to the mobile game, but they were having issues with him in the development stages. But the fact that he is a character in MK11 and a popular character at that makes me believe he is a prime candidate for a future update. Next up, and going down our roster, we have a look at Goro's support card, where we find none other than Ron Perlman? Just kidding, of course I'm talking about Shiva. Shiva is of course a member of the Shokan, a race of half-human, half-dragon creatures, just like Goro and Kintaro. So it's no surprise to see her depicted in a support card for him. But what are the chances that she would actually make it into the mobile game? Well, based on the fact that she is now available as a playable character in MK11, and both her counterparts are in the game already, I think it's very likely we could see her down the road. Plus, she looks totally badass. I mean, she just ripped the skin off of Baraka. All the skin. Basically turned him into meat. Damn. Well anyways, as we move down the roster, the next character we take a look at is Liu Kang, where we get a good look at his ancestor, the Great Kung Lao. Great Kung Lao is the ancestor of present-day Kung Lao, Kung Jin, and Liu Kang, and would battle Shang Tsung 500 years before Liu Kang battled him himself. He won, but 50 years later was defeated, interestingly enough, by Goro. He is also referenced many times in MK11, but most notably in the character ending for Kung Lao.
Of course I defeated Kronika, and when I did, there was only one thing I wanted to do with the hourglass. Undo the defeat of my ancestor, the Great Kung Lao. In my timeline, the Great Kung Lao is the undisputed Mortal Kombat champion. Earthrealm never loses another tournament. For generations, his example inspires millions to join the White Lotus Society and defend Earthrealm. They in turn inspire rebels to overthrow Shao Kahn in Outworld. The realms make peace. Until, inevitably, a more powerful enemy comes along and finds Earthrealm backed by Kung Lao, immortal lord of time and warrior supreme. Beat that, Liu Kang.
Damn, Kung Lao, sick burn on Liu Kang, bro. Anyways, although his significance in Mortal Kombat is great, I just don't see him coming to the mobile game. Moving down the roster, and the next character that we stop at is Raiden, where we get a good look at his ally, Fujin. Now, this is actually the second time he is referenced in the support cards, as we see here that he has his own card that grants all characters an extra 15% XP bonus. But of course, we are talking about Raiden's specific support card that mentions Fujin as being an ally of Raiden's. And I believe this is referring to Fujin's role in helping Raiden in the MKX story mode, not the fact that he is Raiden's brother. Now, I do fully expect Fujin to be added to the mobile game actually pretty soon. He is a hugely popular character to begin with, and the game is lacking in its amount of Elder Gods currently. And because he was just added in MK11 Aftermath, I can speculate, actually, we will probably be seeing him soon. Again, moving down the roster to our next character, and that is going to be Reptile. And when we flip over his support card, we see Chameleon, represented as a broodmate to Reptile. Now, Chameleon and Reptile are both from Zatera, and they are of the same species, which are the Saurians. Chameleon is actually said to be the other last remnant of Reptile's race, with exception to this guy, of course. Although I think she would make an awesome addition to the MK mobile game, and I think the developers could actually make her a really fun character to play with. I just don't see her being added. Or maybe I'm wrong.
I sensed the Zaterran. The last Zaterran. No, there is another.
Next up, we move down to one of the first cards ever in my collection, and actually the first bronze card I ever received, Sergeant. For what he lacks in strength, he makes up for in his support card, where we see none other than Striker. So why is Striker featured on a bronze character support card? Well, in his MK3 bio, we see that he was the leader of a riot control brigade, so I'm assuming it's safe to say that Sergeant was also part of this group, and was trained under Striker. Now, the last time we saw Striker was in MKX story mode, where he appeared as a revenant controlled by Quan Chi. Personally, I don't think we'll be seeing him in the mobile game, but hey, who knows? The developers have surprised us in the past with characters that we did not expect. And lastly, we arrive at SubZero, where we find none other than, of course, Noob Saibot, referenced here as Sub's brother. Before he was Noob, he was Bihan, the original SubZero, and ultimately was killed by Scorpion. So his younger brother, Kuai Ling, then assumed the role as SubZero. If there was any character I would want to be in this game, it is obviously Noob Saibot. And I think he will eventually be added, but without a doubt he will be very hard to get and very expensive to get. NetherRealm knows how popular a character he is, and will make it very hard and expensive to acquire. So that's the end of this video, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this deep dive into MK Mobile and the support cards that we get in that game, as well as just the history and lore of Mortal Kombat in general. If you do like this style of video, let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely try to get more out. Anyways, everybody, as I always say, thank you all for watching and subscribing. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you guys liked what you just saw, make sure you hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button. Or maybe this looks good.
Hey guys, I had a crazy night with a girl the other day. You guys want to hear about it? Okay. Well, it started just like this, baby. Why don't we go back to the back gate, baby? Back and chillin' out with some Netflix, baby. Maybe just get back that meal, baby. She's like,
What? Ain't no way. Let's talk about his payroll pay. Being real with those payroll pays. That's spicy hot, so see what I'm saying.
well, my damn girl, it's alright. I see how you work that shit tight. Me and beers might get you pretty far. That's why I gotta stay back in the car.
Back to the car, back to the car.
Yeah, girl in the back of the car. She's like,
No, oh hell no. You must be tripping out. Think you gotta go somewhere.
what the hell's going on here?
Either way, hit that like button.